the village chief captured a giant man-eating pig and called all the villagers together to celebrate. But at that moment, a sharp-eyed old hunter noticed something was off. This wild boar was too small and clearly not the one that had been eating people in the mountains days ago. To confirm his suspicion, he immediately cut open the boar's stomach with a dagger. Upon seeing the remains inside its organs, he realized that this boar had shared food with the man-eating pig. This meant that the boar must have been the companion of the man-eating pig. Realizing this, the old hunter felt a sense of dread. Now that the man-eating pig's companion had died at the hands of humans, the beast would surely seek revenge. Sure enough, that night, the village chief hosted a feast using the roasted wild boar to celebrate the supposed elimination of the menace, inviting all the villagers to enjoy the meat. What they didn't know was that a terrible disaster was silently approaching. As the villagers celebrated in excitement, the milk on the table began to shake inexplicably, and the hounds on the ground grew terrified. The next second, loud banging came from the iron gate. Realizing the danger, the sheriff quickly fired warning shots. Hearing the horrifying screeches of the man-eating pig outside, the villagers panicked. A few brave souls rushed to barricade the door with objects, but before they could even catch their breath, the pig crashed through the wall and charged into the house. Terrified, the sheriff fired several shots, but this only further enraged the pig. With a deafening roar, it shattered the overhead lights. Then, like a giant tank, the man-eating pig rampaged through the villagers, knocking everything and everyone aside. Within moments, the room was littered with corpses. Even the police officers were paralyzed with fear. The sheriff tried firing again, but the pig's thick skin made the bullets useless. Watching the enormous beast approach, the sheriff was too terrified to move. Just as he thought he was about to die, the pig, seeing his frightened face, surprisingly spared him out of mercy. After the pig left, the survivors rushed to rescue the wounded. The old hunter also arrived and warned the sheriff that all creatures have spirits. They had roasted the pig's companion. This would surely enrage it. This meant the beast would not let things go and would return to slaughter every last villager. To prevent another tragedy, the old hunter decided to strike first. He immediately grabbed his shotgun and formed a hunting team to track down the man-eating pig and eliminate it. After a long journey, they found footprints on the ground that led them to a cave, clearly the pig's lair. To force the beast into a final battle, the sheriff threw a tear gas grenade into the cave. But when the pig didn't appear, the impatient group grabbed their weapons and entered. Unexpectedly, the pig wasn't there, but they found several piglets inside. Fearing these piglets would grow up to harm people, they poured gasoline, intending to burn them alive. But to their surprise, the piglets' wails were heard by the foraging man-eating pig. Just as the group was about to leave, they ran right into the returning beast. Furious at the intruders, the pig charged. The hunters fled in terror, but the pig wouldn't let them go. It wanted to wipe them out. With the pig in close pursuit, they scrambled into a narrow pipe. Unfortunately, the last teammate was gored in the buttocks by the pig's tusk, causing him to scream in pain. Fortunately, the pipe was too narrow for the pig, keeping it outside and saving their lives. But when the pig returned to its lair and saw the dead piglets, it went into a rage and swore to exact revenge. Meanwhile, the hunters were sleeping in the woods. In the middle of the night, an alarm suddenly went off. The alert sheriff grabbed his gun to check. It turned out to be just a passing antelope. The captain thought he was being paranoid until he felt a chill down his spine. Terrified, he turned to find the man-eating pig had silently crept up behind him. He had no choice but to pull out his dagger and fight for his life. The noise quickly drew the others. The arriving old hunter fired but missed, and the pig now targeted him. Seeing this, the old hunter quickly opened an umbrella in his hand, successfully luring the pig into a trap they had set up in advance. But the trap could only restrain the pig temporarily. Seizing the moment, the group quickly discussed a plan. They would split up. One team would go down the mountain to seek reinforcements, while the rest would carry a piglet and run, luring the pig away. As expected, the pig broke free and chased after the piglet first. But during the escape, the two tripped and rolled uncontrollably down the hill, straight into a foul ditch. The pig followed closely behind. The two quickly lay flat against a rock wall, pretending to be dead. Luckily, the pig's poor eyesight kept it from noticing them for now. But just then, a venomous snake crawled out and confronted the pig. Seizing the chance, the two ran and eventually fled into a tunnel. Fortunately, they found a track car inside. They pushed with all their strength to escape, but the pig chased after them. Facing the charging pig, the two used all their strength to pump the lever, racing forward. The end of the track led to an abandoned factory. The pig followed them inside. The two hid in a corner, not daring to make a sound. But suddenly, the piglet in the woman's backpack made a noise, alerting the pig above. It bared its tusks and lunged at them. Luckily, they dodged in time. Then they spotted a ladder nearby and scrambled up, narrowly escaping. But the pig stood guard below. Climbing down meant certain death. Just then, the woman noticed a lift not far away. She came up with an idea, to use the lift as a trap, but it required both of them to cooperate. She handed the piglet to her companion and asked him to lure the pig under the lift at all costs. Though dangerous, he had no choice. Sliding down through the pipe, he soon caught the pig's attention. Seeing the beast so close, he threw the piglet under the lift and quickly dodged aside. The pig initially wanted to kill the human, but, hearing the piglet's cries, charged into the lift without hesitation. Seeing it take the bait, the man slammed the gate shut. The woman above pulled the switch. As the lift rapidly descended, it successfully crushed the ferocious man-eating pig. Seeing the pitiful piglet, the kind-hearted woman rescued it immediately. To prevent future harm, the man lit explosives and threw them beside the pig. With a loud boom, the pig was finally reduced to ashes. They thought it was all over, but unexpectedly, the surviving piglet was released back into the deep mountains. Its gaze slowly sharpened, and a seed of hatred began to sprout in its heart. It wouldn't be long before it, too, became the next man-eating pig.